Good morning everyone. So, previous day we have completed the process of metamorphosis. Today we will start from the asexual reproduction. Okay. So, you have cleared what is metamorphosis? Anyone? Can you respond me? What is metamorphosis? The process through which the larva changes into the adult through the drastic changes, that is called metamorphosis. Okay. So, now we will discuss about the asexual reproduction. So, you know that what is asexual reproduction? The process of the reproduction in which only one parent is involved. There is no need of the gametes or anything. There is only one parent is involved, that is called asexual reproduction. So far we have learnt about the reproduction in some familiar animals, but what about very small animals like hydra, microscopic organism and amoeba? You know that there are so many animals are there, not only all are the you can see in the naked eye, but some of the microscopic all have two parrot, which one is male and lay in everywhere. See what is the question? Ma'am, I have two parrots, which one is male and another is female, but 7 months has passed, the male parrot had flew away from us, but now how female bird lay egg? In every winter she lay egg, how she produce egg? Okay, so before the mating, that is the process of the production of the egg that occurs before the flying of the male parrot. So that's why it takes some time, and when the male parrot was present, then the male sperm reached to the female sperm, and after that it flew away and it produced the eggs. Okay. Upasana, I have completed the metamorphosis in your section or not? Anyone, can you respond me? Metamorphosis is completed in one section. Okay, not your section. Okay, so let's start from the metamorphosis. Okay, we have completed up to the fetus. Now the internal fertilization takes place hen also, but the do hens give birth to the babies like human beings and cows. You know that all animals are not capable to doing birth of the babies, giving birth of the babies. So that's why it is they can produce the eggs, and because the type of the food they can take, yes, that I have completed in one section Ayanangshu. So that's why it is uploaded into the YouTube. Okay. So when the eggs are lay eggs, but but all animals are not capable to the laying egg, because the foods that intake, actually they take the different types of vegetable, different types of the stones also they take. So that's why calcium carbonate, the protective layer, the cell of the egg can be formed in their body, but which type of food we can take, that is not possible to produce this type of cell. Okay. So that's why there is the protective layer is present, they can form a hard cell outside of the egg, so they can lay egg. Okay. So internal fertilization hens also, but do hens give birth to the babies like human beings and cows? You know that they do not. Then how chicks born? Soon after fertilization, the zygote divides repeatedly and travels down the oviduct. The result, many protective layers are formed around it. The hard cell that you see hen's egg is one such a protective layer. Okay. So the types of the food they have intake, so that's why they helps to form the protective layer, and when the eggs go through the oviduct, it covered by a protective layer. So that's why they are able to lay egg. After the hard cell is formed around the developing embryo, the hen finally lays egg. The embryo takes about 3 weeks to develop into a chick. Okay. So, how many days it required to complete a hen's egg? That is the 3 weeks that develop embryo to chick. Okay. And you must have seen the hen sitting on the eggs to provide sufficient warmth. You know that the development of chicks takes place inside the egg cell during the period. After the chick is completed developing, it bursts open into the egg cell. Okay. So, they need the warmth for the bursting of the cell. So, when they give warmth, sufficient warmth to the egg cell, it starts to burst and chicks come out from that. In animals which undergo external fertilization, development of the embryo takes place outside of the female body. The embryos continue to grow within their egg covering. After the embryos develop, the eggs hatch, and you must have seen numerous tadpoles swimming in the ponds. Okay. So, not only the internal fertilization, external fertilization, they obviously must have the egg. Maybe they are soft and delicate jelly like structure. Frog eggs, there is the jelly like covering, but there is also a covering present. Inside this, the embryos start to develop, and when they transform into the small babies, they just come out of this egg. Okay. The tadpoles from the frog eggs, they are come out in millions in number. Okay. So, according to the types of the laying eggs and the giving birth of the young ones, there are two types of animals. One is viviparous, another one is the oviparous. Viviparous means the animals which giving birth, direct giving birth of a young ones, and oviparous, ovum means egg. So, the animals which lay eggs, that is called oviparous animals. Okay. So, what is viviparous and oviparous animal? Viviparous animals giving direct birth of the new individual. Viviparous, direct giving birth of new individuals. Human, mammals, any type of mammals. Okay. Example, and oviparous, they lay eggs which transform into embryo. Okay, individuals. So, the animals which give birth to young ones is called viviparous, those animals which lay is called oviparous. The following activity will help you understand better and differentiate between the viviparous and oviparous animals. Okay. Transform into individuals. So, this is the viviparous and oviparous animals. Viviparous, and they are sorry, there is some technical problem, no need to worry. Okay. So, viviparous animals direct giving birth of the young ones, and oviparous animals give laying helps they just lay eggs. Okay. Try to observe eggs of the following organism: frog, lizard and butterfly, moth, hen, crow and any other birds. Were you able to observe eggs, all of them? Make drawings of the eggs, you have observed, no need to do that. The eggs of the few animals are easy to observe because their mothers lay egg outside of their bodies. These are example of oviparous animals, but you now would be able to collect the eggs of a dog, cow, cat. This is because they do not lay eggs. The mothers gives birth of the young ones. They are examples of viviparous animals. Okay. So, you know that when they lay eggs outside of their body, obviously you are able to see their eggs, but when the egg produced inside your body, that is not easily recognized, because the ovum, this is also one type of egg, but that produced inside our body, humans, mammals, females body, you cannot collect that egg, but you can collect the egg, but that is some medical process also, but you cannot see that egg, but when you can observe any type of egg properly, that is any type of bird's egg that occurs outside of the lizard. Okay. So, this type of eggs you can see with your naked eye, you can easily collect them. Next, metamorphosis. Have you seen the butterfly or frog, anything? Metamorphosis. So, what is metamorphosis? You know that it is a process, that is the development of the larva into an adult through a drastic change. What is drastic change? There is no similarity in the larval stage and into the adult stage. You have seen that the butterfly, they lay eggs, after that it transform into the caterpillar, just totally different, looking different from the butterfly. The caterpillar and butterfly are not same, but a human baby are also looking the same with the adult human. Okay, so the metamorphosis never does not occurs in our cases, okay, in the case of the mammal. But if you see in the frog, they also lay egg. The tadpole, they are totally different from the frog. Tadpoles has the tail, they has the leg, they can swim, but the frog, they are totally they don't have any type of tail, they can jump, they can live on the land also. So they are totally different from the looking. In the looking, when you have, everyone mute your camera and mic. Okay, so that's why the metamorphosis is the process when the larva are totally looking different from the adult. In these cases, you have seen the metamorphosis process. Okay, so the process of the development of the larva into adult, the process of the development of larva into adults through drastic change. This one is called metamorphosis, because there is no similarity in between their larval stage, pupal stage and the adult. Okay, when they form larva, that is looking different, when they form pupa, that is also looking different, and when they form the adult, they are also total. And not only looking different, there is some total transformation. Another caterpillar, they have the sting, they have the rope of the any type of bristles like structure, they have the leg, but the butterfly, they have wings, they are looking very much beautiful compared to the caterpillar. Okay, so this is the difference between a butterfly and the larva. So that's why it is called metamorphosis. Okay, you know that the butterfly, if just lay eggs in a leaf, the butterfly egg, and when they transform into the caterpillar, just looking like this type of structure. Then they transform into the pupa, that is also looking like the different type of structure. This is a cocoon type form, silkworm. Okay, and they transform into the butterfly or silkworm, just looking like that. Do you know that? So this is the process of the metamorphosis, because each stage contains the different or unique features that is totally from the each other. This process is called metamorphosis. Next one, asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? The process in which one parent is involved. Okay, so far we have learnt about the reproduction in some familiar animals, but what about very small animals like hydra and microscopic? Let us find out. In each hydra there may be one or more bulges, that is the bulges are the developing of new individuals. Recall the presence of burrs in yeast in hydra to new individual develop as outgrowth from the single parent. This type of reproduction in which a single parent is involved is called asexual reproduction. So, asexual reproduction the process of reproduction in which a single parent is involved. Okay, the process of reproduction in which a single parent is involved. So there is different modes of the asexual reproduction in your book, that is two types of, one is budding, another is binary fission. Fission, fragmentation, you have already read about in your class 7, that is plant reproduction in the body that is divided into different fragments and each fragments develop into new individuals. Budding, that is small bulging or outgrowth from the parents, and the outgrowth when develop that detach from the parent body and develop into the new individual, that is called budding. And binary fissions mean divisions of the cells. Okay. In amoeba, the mother's body totally divided into two individuals and these two division forms the new individuals. Okay. So that is called binary fission. So budding, the bulges are the developing into new cells in hydra. So hydra, if you see in the hydra, or that is microscopic organism, asexual reproduction occurs mainly in the small animals. Okay. If you see in the hydra just looking like this type of structure, they have so many tentacles. Okay. There is small outgrowths comes from the mother's body. Okay. Then the outgrowth start to develop into small hydra. Okay. Then the hydra, just this part is detached from the parent body and form the new hydra. Okay. Yes, in amoeba the mother's body divided into the daughter cells, they transfer into the new child. So that is why there is no death occurs mainly in the asexual reproduction, because before the death they divided into the new individuals. Okay. Thank you so much, Aryan. Next one. No, never. Asexual reproduction occurs only in the microscopic animals, small animals. Human sexual reproduction, how does they occur? If you cut down into two species, you never give birth of the two individuals. Okay. Silly question. So you have already learnt about the structure of amoeba. You recall that begins the process of reproduction by the division of its nucleus into two nuclei, that is followed by the division of the body. So first amoeban body, the nucleus divided into two parts, then the cell divided into two parts. You remember that when you read in your higher class, any type of cell division, that is breakdown of the cell, first nucleus division occur, that is followed by the cell division. After that cell division occurs. Okay, that's happen in the amoeban body also, when the first divide the nucleus and then it helps to divide it into two animals. Two amoeba are produced from one parent amoeba. This type of asexual reproduction in which animal produced by dividing into two individuals, that is called binary fission. Okay. So two mode of asexual reproduction, what is it? One is budding, another one is binary fission. Okay. Fission means division. Okay. Binary fission, the individual reproduces by dividing into two individuals. Okay. So what is binary fission? When the individuals divided into binary fission, the process by which animals divides into two individuals. for reproduction. So, the reproduction process in which the animals divided into two animals, that is called binary fissions. Okay. So, now we have completed that chapter. There is another story, ma'am, how can we define the baby is male or female? There is no need to, because they do not know which one is the male and which one is the female. Okay. They just, so that is why only one parent is involved. They are simple organisms, so that is why they can reproduce by dividing their body. Okay. So, amoeba, that is just looking like this type of structure, nucleus is present inside the cells, some vacuoles are also present, because there is nothing, the food vacuole and cytoplasm is present. Okay. So, first nucleus division occurs inside the amoeban body, the nucleus start to divide, elongated, and it start to divide, and then the cell division also occurs. The cell also start to divide and produce two daughter cells. Okay. So, nucleus is also present in the middle of that cell, food vacuoles and cytoplasm are also present. And then they are totally divided and produce two daughter amoeba. Okay. Okay, that is the binary fission actually occurs. Ma'am, how can we define the baby is male? Okay, that means there is no male species in them. Yes, we cannot identify the male or female. Okay. Next, there is a story, that is the story of the doll one sheep. Cloning is the production of exact copy of the cell. So, asexual reproduction is also the production of the exact copy of the cell from their parent, because the parent cells divided into the same pieces. So, that is why they are looking like the parents. Okay. And cloning is also process to productions of the same copy of the animals. Okay. That is similar to their parents. If you have you contain which characteristics, that is also present in your parents. Okay. Any other living part or a complete organism, cloning an animal was successfully performed for the first time by Lan Wilmot and his colleagues at Roslin Institute of Edinburgh, Scotland. They successfully cloned a sheep named Dolly. Okay. So, first time clone occurs in a sheep, that's name was Dolly, and Dolly was born on 5th July 1996 and was the first mammal to be cloned. Okay. So, what is his birthday? That is 5th July and 1996, and the clone process first was discovered, that is by in the body of the Dolly. Okay. During the process of cloning Dolly, a cell was collected from the mammary gland of the female fin dorsate sheep. Simultaneously, egg was obtained from a Scottish Blacks Ewe. Ewe is a female sheep. Okay. So, first one Dolly is a male. So, that is why the collected Dolly, a cell was collected from the mammary gland of a female fin dorsate. Dolly was female, and another Ewe, that is male black sheep, from the sperm is collected from the male dorsate sheep. Okay. The nucleus was removed from the egg, then the nucleus of the mammary gland cell, the fin dorsate sheep, was inserted into the egg of the Scottish Blacks Ewe, which nucleus had been removed. Development of the eggs followed normally, and finally Dolly was born. So, the nucleus of the two eggs, that is one from the Dolly and another from the Scottish Blacks Ewe, the two nucleus eggs and get fused, because the sperm and ovum fusion does not occur, only their nucleus get fused. Okay. So, that is why the zygote will be formed, and that transferred into zygote, and the zygote develop into the baby of the Dolly. Dolly was given birth by the Scottish Blacks Ewe. It was found absolutely identical to the fin dorsate from the nucleus was taken, since the nucleus from the egg of the Scottish blackface Ewe was removed. Dolly did not show any characters of the Scottish blackface Yui. Dolly was a healthy clone of the Finn Dorset sheep and produced several offsprings of her own through the normal sexual means. Unfortunately, Dolly was died on the 4th February due to the certain lungs disease. Since Dolly, several attempts have been made to produce cloned mammals. Many die before birth or die soon after birth. The cloned animals are many times found born with severe abnormalities. Clone is the production of the exact copy of the same animals. The two nuclei are taken from one male animals, another female animals, and get fused, and then they produce the exact copy of that baby, but they cannot survive too long time because they have no any type of recombination, new characteristics. The characteristics that present in the body of the baby, that also present in the body of the mother. So, that is why they cannot survive for a long time, and most of the time they are birth with any type of abnormalities. Okay. So, this is up to for the today. Thank you very much. Bye everyone. We will continue or move to the next chapter in our next video. Okay. Thank you so much everyone.